Good morning, everybody. Happy Halloween. This is Mr. Woodward here to talk to you about the upcoming trip to Allen, Texas for PFC and Aperture to attend the Texas Vocal Arts Convention, or TVAC. Now, PFC is competing, Aperture is performing, and both groups are attending classes all day on a Saturday and learning about a cappella. This is a 2-day a cappella immersion experience, and it's a wonderfully fun time. Today, your kiddos brought this paper home. It's got our schedule of events, frequently asked questions and stuff, and then some medical forms that came home. So I'm just going to talk through as much of this as you need to hear. If you have any questions at the end of this, feel free to send me an email, mwoodw@neisd.net. All right, let's start. So this is on November 15th through 17th. That's 2 weekends away. On the 15th, they need to arrive at school with their luggage and bag and everything that they need for this trip. At 9:45 a.m., we board the bus. I was able to score us one of these new, nice, white school buses that NEISD has. I have been told that there are captain's chairs, that there are power outlets at each seat to plug in their devices. They're apparently very nice, and I got us that bus for this trip. So, board the bus at 10 a.m. We depart. We will stop for lunch somewhere on the way. It'll be cheap. We'll just grab something, keep going. We arrive at the La Quinta Inn right by Allen High School around 4 o'clock. And get changed pretty quickly, and PFC has to leave for the sound check. Aperture will come along and get to observe PFC do their sound check. 5:45, we'll eat dinner somewhere near there, and then at 7 p.m. the competition begins. I don't know what order PFC is in that evening, but we'll warm up, go to a dressing room, and then when it is our competition time, PFC performs. Aperture gets to hang out in the audience, watch the show, and cheer very, 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 very loudly for PFC. The end of it all, we head back to the hotel around 10:30-ish. And lights out soon after that, because the next day is surprisingly exhausting, as the kids who went last year can tell you. So lights out 11 p.m. in their rooms, good night. Saturday the 16th, breakfast at the hotel. Wake up, eat. Even if it's just grab something on the way out, we'll wake up and eat. We head over to Allen for classes, and we spend the whole day learning about a cappella. There are classes on vocal percussion, on arranging, on solo singing, on set ideas, on competitions, on every piece of a cappella. There will be a class on it. The groups will also get a master class, so they will perform a song for a clinician who will then workshop them. Those are some of my favorites at these. Aperture will have a performance on this day called an a bomb, in which they show up in the middle of a hallway and just sing some songs. Hooray! PFC will be at that a bomb cheering Aperture on like crazy. Hooray! We'll have lunch somewhere nearby, we'll have dinner somewhere nearby, and then head back to the hotel to change for the concert that evening, come back and see an amazing professional showcase of 4 pro groups of various styles, and the top group is called Hive, and they are one of my favorite a cappella groups that are active and performing right now. They're very talented. So that show that evening, and then again head back to the hotel, lights out, go to bed. I'm tired, you'll be tired, yay. Sunday, November 17th, breakfast at the hotel at 8, depart on the bus, sleep as much as you want. We'll stop for lunch somewhere, arrive back at MacArthur by 2, go home. Boom. Cool. Some of the questions on this page, okay? The hotel info is right there at the top. The competition location is Allen High School. If you want to see the website, it's singtexas.org. The cost of this is $120 per kid. However, you can pay for all of that by selling tickets to the a cappella pop show on November 19th. Most of our kids did that last year and had zero out-of-pocket costs other than food for this trip. So we're asking that each kid bring 12 people to a cappella pop show. Today, they'll get this form to walk around and have folks sign up and then put $10 in this envelope and bring it back to us. And then they sell 12 and their spot is done. They sell more than that, and then that will help cover additional costs for these groups. Maybe even could include their food cost. If they sell all 17 on there, there's the $50 that they need for food. So I hope that they can take care of that. If they do not sell a minimum of 12, then they're going to owe us the remaining amount. So if they only sell 5, then they owe us $70 to cover the rest of the cost. Okay, meals are not included in this trip. We're covering transportation, hotel, and entry fee to the competition. $50 should be plenty for the 5 meals that are not covered. Depending on how these kids eat, if they want to bring more or less, it's on them. Okay. We will never eat at anywhere that's too crazy expensive. It'll always be a reasonable fast food priced option. Okay. We're also asking that each person bring $5 as a tip for the driver. These drivers are NEISD school bus drivers, and they are not paid for their food on this trip. So if each kid brings 5, I give them that right away, and then the driver does not have to pay for his food. So please do that. Transportation, yeah, the bus. Medicine. Okay, medicine. This is a big deal. If you have any medicine other than inhalers, EpiPens, diabetic supplies, or birth control, that medicine needs to be checked in to the school nurse. And there's a very official form, and this is something that if it's not done correctly, I can get in a lot of trouble. So please make sure that you follow these procedures. Any medicine, over-the-counter medicine, prescription meds of any kind, bring them to our nurse before November 14th. So on the 13th is great. Anytime between now, November 13th, bring these in. They fill them all out. They'll count the pills. They will take care of everything that I need. The nurse will then give all of that to me before we leave. I will make sure that each kid gets their medicine at the correct time, and at the end of the trip, we give the unused or the empty medication back to the parent. We will cover stuff like, where is it? Tylenol and Advil and Benadryl and Imodium. We have that. So you do not need to send Tylenol, Advil, Benadryl, or Imodium with your kids. On this form right here, if you want us to be able to give them those pills, sign this, and then we can give them, if they have a headache or a tummy ache, we can take care of that. Again, if they are on birth control or have diabetes, they do not have to check in those medications. If they self-carry an inhaler or an EpiPen, they do not have to check in that. But everything else must be checked in. Please take care of this. Please, please, please. And the last bit is this form right here. Make sure that all your insurance info is on there. I've never needed any of this, but I really don't want to have to need it. Or if something does come up and I don't have it, that could also be really, really bad. So please take care of that. Okay, last bit here, clothing. Each student must bring their group polo, which I'm going to order this week, their Mac Choir shirt, the Be Kind one, and then whatever other clothes they want for travel, the hotel, whatever. Anything that they wear in public must be in school dress code. And PFC needs to bring their performance clothes. Make sure that you have that. At all times, we are representing Mac Choir and MacArthur and me and Miss Gann. So dress well the entire time, please. Again, if you have any questions, concerns, send me an email. I'm happy to answer them. Thank you.